I find it truly fascinating how the business sector has always sought to distinguish itself apart from human emotions and the human experience. They've gone so far in their ideology and their applications of such principles that they've actually lost touch with how humans actually transact. Trade and commerce and business have everything to do with our actual emotions. Sometimes it's even silly if you step back and think about it. I'll be the first one to raise my hand tall and say I've been one of these people who've accepted this as religion and have complied with it for many years. I can't blame myself. This is something that I've learned and accepted in my educational experience. And to be fair here, I did pursue a business finance degree, so perhaps that could be part of my own perspective, my own experience. But I don't think that we should pretend that it's not true, nor should we shy away and avoid these much needed conversations that affect each and every one of us. I do think it's important to bring to light these type of discussions and begin to, quote unquote, be more practical, as they say in the business world, because that is a reality, whether we choose to acknowledge it or not. From the very beginning, we've been trained and conditioned to exclude our emotions. They've completely placed and dumped them in its own box, far from business. And some even refuse to allow and support the slightest association of human emotions as it pertains to their business. Emotions and business, they truly go hand in hand. Think about it. Why wouldn't they? Everything that we do involves our emotions as a human. It's how we perceive the physical world through our senses. Everything that we do truly does involve our own personal emotions. And life itself is an emotional journey. We were built in our DNA to have experiences, to feel, to empathize, to relate, and to understand. And here they are training us to leave our emotions on the side or leave them at the door before we walk into our offices. Am I the only one that thinks this is outrageous? Okay. Nearly every topic I can think of involves our senses, our perception, and our emotions. One would think that business as a category would almost require one to incorporate perception and emotions. The whole self-awareness is finally now coming to the forefront of business, and thank goodness for people like Gary Vee for being vocal and honest and leading that conversation and bringing it to the forefront of business. It has been a very long overdue topic and it needs to be taken very seriously. Here's a great example I've come up with to help color the picture here. Does anyone know a business owner that does not take his or her business very seriously and with passion and energy? Owners, founders, entrepreneurs, everybody that I know in business, they put their entire energy, emotions, and feelings into what they do because they pour their heart and soul into it and nurture it. They are constantly guiding and nurturing and providing the necessary nudging to help it go along the way. Many people even consider this process similar to having an actual child. Honestly, how can we possibly think that a business is not like a baby? And if that is the case, and it's pretty understood by many people, then it's more than ever clear that we need to understand that business and emotions are undoubtedly interwoven. Here's a couple more ideas that many of you can possibly relate with. Think about aspects in business such as sales. You have to be confident when presenting and positioning your product or service. Definitely have to know what you're going to say. Most successful salespeople and owners prepare and practice their pitches. They prepare because they actually care about what they're delivering and how they're conveying their message. It's important to them how to articulate it, and they welcome the feedback to help further develop their presentation skills. And the last example would be leadership. How do we all lead and how do others lead? Some people may lead with ego, others with pride, and some with care and delicacy. And we have some that don't even show up at all. If you're running a business, then you absolutely know about leadership, and leadership begins with our emotions and our feelings and how we treat our employees, our customers, and how we manage these relationships. Because a relationship in itself is an emotional experience. And we should not think it's any different than how we manage our customers and our contacts and connections. Part of my journey in life is to bring forth the inclusion of emotions and feelings in the business world. I firmly believe that we are vibrational beings and that we live in a vibrational universe, which means that we are energy, and we should not feel that we cannot bring this to the forefront of business. Anyways, this is just my opinion. I've concluded, and again, it is my opinion here, that business and emotions coincide, and they have the entire time. It's an old way of thinking for those who are unwilling to see the connection here. Whether you're in sales or service or any part of a company, if you're having a bad day, it clearly shows. Sometimes we're able to hide it pretty good, but it shows. And secondly, on that same thought, when you're having a bad day, you either get upset, you speed through things, or you're trying to focus your attention on something good to put you in a better mood, trying to shift vibration. Anyways, this is just a small examples on how we are affected day by day in our interactions, both with ourselves, our teams, and our customers.